Hi, good morning. I am speaking to you from Asilomar, California. And before I engage in our conversation this morning, I just want to announce to my dear friends and colleagues that starting later tonight after midnight, I am going into a week of silence. So this is probably I say because I may do something later today, but this is probably my last Facebook Live until next Sunday. So just thank you for participating with me in these conversations on a daily basis, and thank you for sending your questions to info@jayo.com. I see that my image may be a little dark, but that's the lighting here. So after I finish my podcast, I will share with you where I am and give you a glimpse of this beautiful place. I will also post a couple of Instagrams and Twitter today, but starting tomorrow, because I'm in silence, you will not see any posts from me for almost a week. So somebody is saying that the image is not good. How's this? Is this better? Is this better? Is this image a little better? Let me know. Okay. So as I said, I will be in silence starting midnight tonight and will not be engaging in social media for the rest of this week. I'll re-emerge on Sunday. Liliana, Miranda, Radha, and everyone else who are sharing this video, please know that I'm very grateful and I thank you for expanding our conversation. Okay, I'm still adjusting the light. Okay. So let me answer today's question, which comes from Nicole Omat. O-M-A-T. She's a musician, and she writes, "Hello, it is often said in spiritual circles that love is the purpose of the existence of the universe. I love this idea and feel that I deeply resonate with this thought. However, isn't love as we know it a human construct? Consequently, could we argue that by saying that love is the purpose of existence, we are simply projecting? So that when we say love is the purpose of existence, we are simply projecting in order to find meaning and or align ourselves with a greater purpose. Could it be that there is no purpose and the universe simply exists for its own entertainment? Thank you for reading my question." Okay, so this is a great question from Nicole Omat, and let me try and break it down into its various components. Shall we do that? Okay, so first of all, what is existence? Existence itself is the great mystery, isn't it? After all, we didn't ask to exist, but we exist. And when you look around you, everything that you identify as an object, including this bracelet, including this watch, including this water bottle, including the iPhone that I'm using to talk to you, all these things are also part of existence, right? Because they exist. So what is existence? Existence is that which exists. Simple. That which is. In the same way, that which we call a hand, or that which we call a body, that which we call a thought, that which we call a feeling, that which we experience as an image in imagination, those are also aspects of existence. They exist. Okay, so all sense perceptions that give us experience also exist. So existence is fundamental reality. Now, what is that fundamental reality that gives rise to all experience? Because right now we're all having an experience. Okay, experience happens when existence, which is all there is, and the nature of existence is awareness. When that awareness, when existence wants to know itself, it knows itself as the subject and all the objects of experience. So right now, as a human, we identify the subject as this body-mind and the objects as all that we are experiencing. But think about it. The subject that we call the body-mind is also an experience, right? How do you know that you have a mind? Well, because you experience thoughts and memories and images and desires and insights and creativity. And where do they occur? In your own awareness, okay? They occur in your own awareness. So this may be a little confusing to some people. Aurora, namaste. I'm here in Asilomar, going through a week of silence, starting midnight tonight. Okay, so existence knows itself as the subject and the object of experience, as the knower and the known. Your body-mind is also the objects of experience. Your body-mind is also part of the objectification of experience. We always say that I is the common factor in all experience. I is the common factor in all experience. So who or what is having this experience that you're having right now? Who or what is having the experience that we call mind-body universe, that humans call mind, body, and universe? And that is the fundamental subject, the fundamental I. But I is not the body-mind, because the body-mind itself is an experience in I. Where is this I located? And it turns out that that is an incorrect question, because where implies a location in space and time to that which has no existence in space or time. I is the timeless being in which all experience is happening, and I differentiates into every knower, every mode of knowing, including the modes of knowing of different species, the modes of knowing of plants and trees, the modes of knowing of our ecosystem. And so I is the common factor and the timeless factor in all experiences that seem to be in time. And all experience, by the way, occurs as modifications of I. If I ask you to think of your mother, then you, the I that you call you, modifies itself into that thought of your mother. If I ask you to remember your favorite song, then the I that you call yourself, me, modifies itself into the experience of that song that you hear, and yet there is no sound in that which humans call the brain. Because the brain is dark, it has no sounds, no sensations, no images, no feelings, no thoughts, just electrochemistry. Okay. Goddess says, I can also be anger. Okay, Goddess, for the time being, maybe that's true. At the moment, I feel that anger is not necessary at all. But in every stage, every experience is important and a lesson. So what is this fundamental reality in which all experience occurs? All experience occurs. This fundamental reality, as I said, is the infinite being, is the non-local being, having a localized experience that is called space-time and causality. Okay? Now, take this whole understanding from the point of view of science. Thanks to Einstein, we know that matter and energy are the same thing. That was the special theory of relativity, which also said that the speed of light is a constant for all frames of reference. But then Einstein's general theory of relativity actually made another prediction, which was first that gravity is the curvature of space-time. There's a very famous expression, says gravity tells matter how to move, and matter tells space how to curve. Okay, space-time tells matter how to move, and matter tells space-time how to curve. And this led later to many other concepts: entanglement, non-local correlation, black holes, and even the most fundamental understanding that space-time, matter, energy, information are not only entangled with each other, they're inseparable. They are inseparable. Space-time, matter, energy are inseparable. In other words, there is a fundamental reality which puts it all together. Space-time, energy, matter. I see that the light is getting worse. By the way, that was another great insight of quantum physicists, and that was that light and matter are the same thing. In other words, there's only one fundamental reality. Whatever we want to call it, singularity, unified field, ultimately entanglement, but it's all one entity. It's all one entity. I'm going to try and change the light, but I would have to move, so I'm going to just stay here for the time being. Okay, only one fundamental reality. The name is not important. You know, if you're spiritual and if you have a religious inclination, you might call that fundamental reality God, Ein Sof, Brahman, that which is infinite being. But if you're not religiously, thanks Aurora, you can see me properly, so that's good. Okay, so it doesn't matter what we call it, right? Ein Sof, Brahman, that which is Allah, infinite being, God. Those are spiritual terms. but you can use scientific terms and call that same reality singularity, entanglement, inseparability, non-local fundamental existence, all of that. Okay, so I think as long as we don't quibble over terms, then we can't have a problem. The terms are the best we can do to describe this fundamental reality. Okay, so in order for me to reach you every day, I have to take a 15-second break, which is my promise to Facebook, and I will come back immediately after that. Okay, thank you. So here I am back, and now we get to Nicole's question about love. First of all, recognize that everything we do is actually an attempt to experience love. Even when people are violent, even when people go to war for an idea that they love. So even violence and fear is a cry for love. There is no other reason that people take action. Even those actions that we deem are hurtful, they are an anguished cry for love. So love is the only motivation. Some of us don't know how to go about it, and we come from fear, but love is the only motivation to do anything. And so love is the nature of fundamental reality. It's an attempt to go back to your source. And you go back to your source by engaging in relationship where fundamental reality split itself into subject and object of experience. So that is now a faint memory, and you want to experience that. And because you want to experience that, you engage in relationship with an idea or a cause or an ideology or a religion or a country or a tribe or another person. It doesn't matter. So love is an attempt to bring about unity between subject and object of experience. And the ultimate goal of all existence is to go back to where we started from, the immeasurable potential of all that was, all that is, and all that will be. But the expressions of love can be sentiments, emotions, relationships, dedication to a cause, service, satsang, simran, and all of the things that we do to get back to our source. That is why the great Indian poet Rabindranath Tagore said, love is not a mere sentiment or emotion. Love is the ultimate truth at the heart of creation. And what is that ultimate truth at the heart of creation? It is the inseparability of all existence. The inseparability of all existence. It is being love. Being love. Love radiates from you like light from a bonfire. Not necessarily focused on anyone, but never denied to anyone. Focused on none, denied to none. Radiating from you like light from a bonfire. That is ultimate love. But there are many gradations of it along the way. As long as you remember that the goal of existence is to arrive where we started from and know the place for the first time. And what is that place? It's the immeasurable potential of all that was, all that is, and all that will be. Simple. That, by the way, was a quote from T.S. Eliot. We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of our exploring is to arrive where we started from and know the place for the first time. So the other, that which we call the other, is me in disguise. And when I go past the uniform, which is the physical body and the conditioned ego identity, then there is only love. And I know that I is thou and thou is me. And I is actually both me and thou. Simple, isn't it? Okay, so now what is the power of silence? We all know that when people are very angry with each other, that feel a sense of deep separation, they shout at each other. When they start to be, calmer, they speak to each other in a normal tone and a friendly tone. When they fall in love with each other, then they whisper. And when they become love, they are silent. When they become love, they are silent. So, this is my week of silence starting tonight, midnight until next Sunday. I will not be engaging with you in any conversation, and I'll reemerge sometime next Sunday. I will possibly do a few Twitter posts today and also some Instagram pictures of where I am to show you the beauty of this place, Asilomar. There are 160 of us taking Vipassana, and Vipassana is also called insight meditation. When you observe something in silence, you recognize that awareness is both this and all this. You also, when you are in that silent witnessing experience mode, you also see that all experience arises and subsides in an eternal now, that it is evanescent. You cannot catch on to it. You also realize, therefore, the impermanence of experience in time and what the Buddha called the non-self nature of objects, because all objects are nothing but snapshots of experience, and by the time you look at the snapshot, it doesn't exist anymore. So when you look at the ocean wave, by the time you register it in awareness, it's gone. So every experience is gone as soon as it arises. It is evanescent. The only thing that is timeless is the presence in which all this is happening. And that is the original I, before the subject-object split, before the separation, before the fall from grace, which created experience, but which also created fear and separation. So, there's another phrase, all this struggling to learn when we simply have to remember. What do we have to remember? In Punjabi, the word is Simran. You go back to being, beyond the secret passages and the dark alleys and the ghost-filled attics of the mind. beyond all sensations, images, feelings, and thoughts, beyond all modifications of awareness as perception, sound, touch, sight, taste, and smell, beyond all thought, right to being. And in that being is truth, is love, is timeless awareness, which is who we are. Tattvamasi. I am that, you are that, all this is that, and that alone is. So, love is ultimate truth. Experience, Nicole, is entertainment, as long as you don't get caught up in the melodrama. As long as you remember you are like a person in a cinema hall watching a movie, and the movie is so captivating that you become part of the movie. But once in a while you can pinch yourself and say, this is a dream. And these days you might pinch yourself a little harder and say, sometimes the dream turns into a nightmare when we create weapons of mass destruction, instruments of mechanized death, climate change, nuclear weapons, and eco-destruction, and risk our own extinction. But ultimately, being cannot become extinct, because being is not in time. Okay, being is not in time, and that's who we are. So once again, maybe I'll show you a little bit of where I am. So I am in a cottage in Asilomar, and let me show you what it looks like a little bit, if I can. So right now I'm in the kitchen of the cottage, and I have some food for myself for the week. I can show you the little courtyard that I have, and this courtyard is right off the kitchen, and beyond that is a forest. It's very dark, so I'll show you the forest later at some point, but it's also very beautiful, really beautiful. And as I said, I'll do some posts today to show you the beauty of this place, where actually you can experience that you're a infinite being having a finite experience in the world of space-time and causality. Take care, and see you on Facebook Live in a week. Bye-bye.